Hello students, today we are going to continue the first lesson of history, when, where and how, which we were studying in the previous class. We had studied the three periods in which the history is divided: ancient, medieval and the modern. In that sequence, this time is divided and this time is measured in BC and AD by the historians. Now, how this BC and AD is given the name? The name has been given from the reference point of the birth of Jesus Christ. Before the birth of Jesus Christ is considered as BC, and after the birth of Jesus Christ is considered as AD, which is Anno Domino. That means the period in which the Jesus Christ was there. Fine. Now, in recent times, this BC and AD has been renamed. BC is known as BCE, which is before Common Era, and AD is known as CE, that is Common Era. So, these are the terms which we are going to use in all the history lessons whenever you are studying history. So, today's topic is geographical framework. The geographical location of a place has a huge impact on the history. The people used to live in particular areas more. The particular areas are more populated. Why? Because it have some particular reasons. It have some conditions which help them to live over there, like the fertile lands, the rivers over there, or the atmosphere of the particular place is the conditions which help the people to survive in that particular area, and that is why the geographical conditions are important for the history and why people were living over there in the particular place is important to study in the history. Fine. Next topic is reasons for the movement of people. People used to move from one place to another for some of the reasons, to get something or to give something, right? So what were the reasons? They used to move in search of food because they didn't have everything over there, right? Like now, today also we used to move from one place to another place for some work. In search of food also we used to go buy something from the market. That's why people at the previous time also, in history also, used to move in search of food. Next, what was the reason? In case of some disasters. If there is some sort of disaster like flood, earthquakes or famines or some spread of disease, then at that place people used to leave those places and move to another place to live. Next reason is to spread the religious teachings. Some religious leaders used to spread their teachings, their particular religious teachings, by moving from some place to the other places so that the people could get to know what are the religious things they have to do. Next, to sell goods to far off places. Like the traders used to sell their goods, do their trading. Nowadays also we used to sell goods and buy things, right? In the same way, in history, in period of ancient time also, the people used to move to sell their goods. And next is to discover new lands. Like we used to go some places just for tour or just to know what are the new things over there, right? In our vacations and all. That was the way which people used to follow to discover the new places, to get to know the new places from where they could do their trading or from where they could get different things. They used to move from one place to another. So these were the reasons why people used to move in ancient time. Now the next topic is sources of history. All these things which we are discussing, do you know from where we have got to know? It must be somewhere from where we have come to know about these things. So all these things have some sources. Somewhere it is either written or from the buildings or all things. Some leftovers must be have found from where the things we have come to know. So all these things, how we come to know are the sources of history. So what happens? Archaeologists used to dig the fields or dig the places from where they could get to know different things, and then those things are sent to the scientists where they used to do some scientific works to get to know how those things are formed or how those things are still there in the leftovers of the ground. And then the sociologists used to connect it from the times back, and then those records are recorded by the historians. In this way, we used to get to know about the history or about the things which used to happen in the earlier times. So basically in history there are many sources from where we could get to know about the things which had already happened from times back. Right. So all these sources, the historians have divided in them into three parts, which is literary, archaeological and accounts of the foreign travelers. Fine. So about these three, we are going to study in the next class in detail. Till then, revise this part of the lesson and the previous part also. And we will meet in the next class. Thank you. Stay safe. Stay home.